Hi, we're going to show you how to make yummy, gooey brownies without any chocolate or eggs. Just stay tuned.
Welcome today to Food for Thought. My name is Trishonna, and these are my sisters Audrey and Emberly, and we're the Benton Sisters. Did you know that exercise aids in digestion and the assimilation of food? It not only contributes to the health of our body, but our mind as well. Exercise is the second law for optimum physical health. Just as our diet should include a variety of foods from day to day, so our exercise program should include a variety of physical activities, from strength building and toning the body to aerobic stimulation of the heart. In this way, we obtain high levels of oxygen. And you know, cancer cannot grow in a well-oxygenated environment. Walking is as truly an aerobic exercise, and it's just as effective in promoting fitness as running, jogging, swimming, or cycling. In fact, when performed properly, it is even better than these other forms of exercise because it is safer. So all you need is to get some nice, good walking shoes and breathe deep, stand erect, and walk briskly and enjoy it. When you exercise, it gets the whole circulation of your blood going. It involves all the organs of your body, and it helps to induce sound sleep. So, plan some walking exercises. And think about it. Plan an exercise routine, maybe 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week, and enjoy it. Because if you don't take time for health, you'll be taking time for disease. And other health problems like obesity. When I read about the snowbird diet, I better understood why so many Americans suffer from being overweight. According to Dr. Donald Robinson, metabolizing 1,000 calories of carbohydrates may burn up 300 calories, but metabolizing the same amount in fat requires 30 calories. So no wonder why the food we eat almost seems to automatically turn into fat in our body. We want to change that about and eat food that is best for us and still enjoy our desserts. And today, Audrey and Emberly are going to share with us how to make a wonderful dessert that you'll just enjoy and you won't have to worry about counting those calories.
That's right. Okay, Emberly, will you read off our ingredients?
Sure.
On page 15 in volume 1 cookbook?
Okay, first of all, we'll need 2/3 cup of whole wheat pastry flour, half of a teaspoon of salt, half of a cup of baby food prunes, 1/3 of a cup of honey, 1/3 of a cup of sucanat, and 3/4 cup of non-dairy milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Half of a cup of carob powder, 1 tablespoon of Roma coffee substitute, 1 tablespoon of energy baking powder, and for the frosting, 1 1/4 cup of carob chips, non-dairy, half of a cup of non-dairy milk, 1 tablespoon of Ames kosher gel.
All right, let's get started. First of all, you want 2 bowls. You want a bowl for your wet ingredients and a bowl for your dry ingredients. And so we'll just pour in, would you like to pour these in?
Sure. Our flour, whole wheat pastry flour.
And our carob.
It's stuck. Just a spoon.
Okay. And sucanat, that's evaporated cane juice.
And it's not refined.
Right.
It's an excellent replacement for brown sugar. And then our Roma, which is coffee substitute, gives it a really good bitter flavor like chocolate.
A little salt. And then we'll put our baking powder in here.
Okay.
Now, this is unique baking powder, Energy Foods baking powder. It's moisture activated, and so that's why we have the 2 bowls, one for the dry ingredients and the other one for the wet ingredients. And when you put it in the oven, you want to make sure your oven is at the temperature of 400 and that your pans are all ready so that when you mix the 2 ingredients, the wet and the dry together, they will raise it automatically, right?
Right.
As soon as they get going? All right.
Now I'm pouring in a non-dairy milk.
And our vanilla.
And honey.
And we're using extra milk to replace our baby food prunes, and you can also do it that way if you want.
You can leave them out or you can add them.
Mhm.
It's great both ways.
So if you want to leave them out, just add extra milk. Yeah.
All right. We just want to stir this up. Is yours mixed well?
Mhm. Would you like the spoon?
Oh, I'm doing okay right
Okay.
here.
Where's your pan?
Pan. Okay, you want a sprayed cookie dish?
And I think that one's already been sprayed.
Yes.
Okay, you can go ahead. Let's add that.
Okay.
We'll mix them both together.
Now, speed is the essence here, right?
Got that right.
Okay, I'll let Audrey mix that together. While you're mixing that together,
Okay.
I'm going to show you some whipping cream. Okay, and you can take the brownies to the oven. We'll whip this. What we have here in this bowl is whipping cream. And there are cubes of whipping cream, and it was an entree casserole dish, and we just cut them up. And we're going to just whip them together.
Those look like Jell-O squares.
Yeah, isn't it funny? And on another program, we're going to show you how to make that recipe. Right now, I'm going to just show you how to whip it. I'm going to turn it on. That looks good.
And here we have some beautiful fruit for our fruit salad we're making. And Trishonna, will you help me chop these up?
Sure.
Okay. Let's get our breadboard out. We'll go over here.
Here's a bowl.
Okay, you want to do the grapes?
Make sure you wash your grapes really good, and if you're worried about pesticides, there's some wonderful soaps that you can get to help take all the chemicals and waxes and different things that they put on your fruits. And also, another way to remove some of the waxes and stuff is using vinegar. Vinegar is also something you might want to try. A little vinegar and water helps to do a really good job.
And remember, more color, the more vitamins you'll receive.
And it's important to have fruits and vegetables in your diet, and then wonderful salad, and you want at least 5 to 8 different varieties of fruits or vegetables. If it's a salad, you gotta have a whole bunch of different, salad, fruit salad, or a vegetable salad, right?
That's right. Just don't mix them, right?
Yeah, that's right. You don't want indigestion.
Right. And that wouldn't taste very well either.
I don't think so.
I have like yellow apples, red apples, green apples.
And even orange apples. What's this? A Fuji?
Looks like it.
I think so. Fruits are the body's cleansers and loaded with nutrients. What do you have there, Audrey? Emberly?
Whipping cream, doesn't that look good? I think that will do.
Looks delicious to me.
We're going to put it with our fruit.
Now, what do you have in that whipping cream?
Nuts.
Really?
Uh-huh.
You know, nuts are really good for you. In order to function properly, our body needs 15 to 20% of our diet to be from natural, unrefined fats found in the plant food. Unfortunately, the average American gets 40 to 50% of their calories from fat, which is usually animal fat and saturated fat combined with cholesterol. This is what largely contributes to the disease that are plaguing Americans today: heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and on and on. Diabetics have always been told that they have simply eaten too much sugar, and that's why their pancreas finally got tired. The fact is, Dr. Chimes reported in Advances in Internal Medicine that the pancreas of many diabetics is not tired at all, but produces as much insulin than the average person. So what's the problem? Well, Dr. Shirley Sweeney showed way back in 1972 that a high-fat diet fed to healthy medical students produced a mild diabetic condition in less than just 1 week. Another report by a professor of medicine and clinical nutrition at the University of Kentucky Medical College was able to turn healthy young men into mild diabetic condition in less than 2 weeks. He fed them a 65% fat diet. A second group in the same study consumed 1 pound of sugar per day for 11 weeks. Can you imagine? Just makes my teeth hurt to think about it. And in that group, not one person, not a single person, showed a slightest sign of a diabetic condition. Can you imagine? How much fat do the heavy sugar eaters consume? Can you imagine? A meager 5%. So it had to do with the fat in their diet. So does that mean we can go out and gorge out on sugar and have no problem with that? Well, not according to Nutrition for Vegetarians. They say that the list of physical and mental disorders relating to sugar is formidable. Refined sugars have been shown to reduce the ability of the white blood cell to function properly, aggravates heart disease, contributes to alcoholism, mental illness, skin disease, enlarged kidney and liver. In short, reduces the lifespan. Looks like this, you got your fruit salad all done.
Mm-hmm.
And you're putting the whipped cream into there?
Yes, and it's fun to do something different, just having straight fruit. You can have whipped cream with it and stir it in here.
Now tell me, who wouldn't want to eat a fruit salad that looks as yummy as that?
You even can have this for breakfast.
And not feel guilty?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful idea.
Well, we have time left over. Let's make another recipe. Should we make popcorn balls?
That sounds delicious.
Okay, we'll move this over here. Could you take this to the refrigerator?
Sure.
So it'll turn brown. And we're going to show you how to make popcorn balls. This is on page 25 in your volume 2 cookbook. And we have our bowl here, our popcorn.
Love popcorn, don't you?
Mm-hmm. And Emberly, we need a skillet.
Okay.
Turn that on. Okay, here we have our carob chips.
Now, that's non-dairy,
Right,
malt sweetened,
right.
and you can also find them date sweetened as well.
Okay, we want to melt these.
So Emberly's putting them in the skillet on the stove to melt them. And then what do we do?
We need 2 tablespoons of milk to go in that.
Non-dairy milk.
Right.
There's so many different milk substitutes out there that it's so easy to find one that you will just love and enjoy. Or you can make one that's in our cookbook. That's really good too.
We have a really delicious one in there. It's called Favorite Milk.
Can you imagine? It's made out of millet. Birdseed for breakfast will make you feel like singing, guaranteed.
Okay, we need to let these melt.
Well, we could go ahead and make the Milla Milk
Want to
while
do that?
we're waiting for this to melt.
Okay, let's do that. Okay. Get the blender out. You want to get some birdseed or millet?
Sure.
Okay. And we need a blender. Put the wash up here. Okay. Hand me a blender. All right. Now this calls for cashews once again. You want cashews that are raw, no salt, just raw cashews, no roasted, and you want them washed really good. Then you add a cup of that in. Then you want millet. Now this millet here, if you can see it, it's been cooked, pre-cooked. You cook it like you'd cook rice.
Right, so what is it, a cup of millet to 2 cups of water?
4 cups of water.
4 cups of water.
And yields 4 cups of cooked millet.
Right. Hand me a spoon there. Yeah.
So we'll need 1 cup of millet, 1 cup of cashews, 3 cups of water, and let's see, 2 tablespoons of honey, half of a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, here's the salt and the honey.
Put a little more of this in.
There are so many nutritional properties in millet. In fact, after the Second World War, millions of Russians were faced starvation, and so they were forced to eat the millet that they had set aside for their chickens. And much to their surprise, on this diet most exclusively of millet, they were not only saved from starvation, but in fact enjoyed better health than they had in their former diet. So millet is a wonderful, nutritious grain that we need to have in our diet.
Okay, we need some water to blend this. Do you want to get us just enough water to blend? Okay, I guess you might want to use filtered water.
Filter water is much better for you.
Okay. Just enough to blend, just enough to go on the top, like that. Because you want the nuts to cream, you don't want grainy milk, right? So if you put it all full with milk, water, it'll take forever to blend. So we'll just blend it right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, now if you're at home, you want to make sure you blend this a lot longer than we are. We don't want to take all day to blend this. Okay, we want to add some more water. If you don't have a Bosch, you might want to even strain it through a sieve so you won't have, you know, grainy fondant in here. Okay. We'll show you what it looks like. This needs, how much water does this call for? 2 quarts?
It's about 6 cups.
6 cups.
6, okay. So this makes a lot of milk, and it's only like 25 cents
Per quart.
Right.
And can you believe it? It's actually white after all of that you put in there.
So we have milk to go with our brownies. How is the carob doing?
Doesn't this look good? Looks yummy.
Oh, it sure does.
Okay, so we have our popcorn here in the bowl, and how much, I don't think it matters how much popcorn you use, just as long as it's not too much. I think it calls for it on page 25.
Calls for 15 cups of popcorn.
Okay.
And then this was, I believe, 2 cups of carob chips.
That's right. Okay. When do we add the peanuts?
1 cup of peanuts. Let's see. We can add it sometime while we're mixing this
Do you need a
together.
spatula?
That sounds good. Ooh, doesn't look yummy.
You're making me hungry.
You know,
Okay,
carob
thank
is
you.
high in calcium, minerals, manganese, and trace minerals. And it aids in digestion. It also is naturally sweet. Did you know that carob is actually like a bean that grows on a tree? And so carob is a really wonderful herb that you can have in your diet. It's a really nice, wonderful, and it's like a pod that grows on a tree in Lebanon. In fact, we have some Lebanese friends, and they say that in Lebanon, where they grow the carob, that you can actually get carob molasses out of the carob pod. And did you know it's called locust? Makes me think of what John the Baptist ate in the Bible time. Locusts and honey. Now, I didn't think he would eat bugs, and so when I discovered that, I thought that sounded more like it.
Okay, I'm going to put the peanuts in now.
And then you just mix it all up together.
Now this is when you want your children to get in here and get their hands all in there and make them popcorn balls.
How you mix it together.
This is a
Right.
fun dessert to make on a nice family night together, and it's good. It's healthy for you too. which
Oh,
is
it smells
the
so
best part about it.
Should I get my fingers in there so we make balls?
Okay.
Okay. Don't
Here
tell
we go.
anybody. This is so gooey. It's fun though. Okay. So if I can do it, keep it together. Okay, here's one ball. I'm gonna hold it together there.
And then when the carob, you might want to put these in the fridge, and the carob will get really hard, and it'll help it to hold together better.
Oh man, is your mouth watering?
Yeah.
Yum.
Okay, I'm trying to mix it in. I'm not really playing with my food.
You know, and I was thinking about the prunes that we can put in the brownies. Did you know that prunes have as much fiber as all-bran cereal, a serving of all-bran cereal? So
Really?
prunes are really good for you. They're great for digestion. They're high in vitamins, minerals, and especially in vitamin A, iron, and potassium. So prunes are really good.
Look at you. Are
And,
you having fun or what?
That's why I said get your children in here to do this.
I'm going to go check to see how
The brownies are doing.
in the
Sounds
oven.
good.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, here's one more, Emberly.
Well, here's the brownies. They're
Oh,
done
good.
pretty good. You know what? I just got a brilliant idea.
What?
The next time you make popcorn balls, spray your hands with nonstick spray so that the balls will stick together and not to your hand.
Hey, how come you didn't think of that sooner?
Hey, I just thought of it just now.
Well, that was a good idea. I think I'll go wash my hands.
I think you better do that.
Okay, I'll be back.
Well, I'll try one. See how it does. Wow, that is cool.
So what kind of topping are you going to put on these brownies?
Well, first we'll need, we're going to put some kind of a carob topping. We're into carob this time, aren't we?
Well, you know, carob, you know, chocolate seems like to be a main staple for desserts, as far as desserts.
I
are concerned.
agree.
So carob is a wonderful, excellent replacer.
Okay, we need 1.5 cups of carob chips. And we're going to melt them here. We'll turn this on low. Make sure you don't have it too hot, otherwise your carobs will burn and they won't melt. And we'll add some milk to that. Add some Ames gelatin. And that's a half a cup of milk and a tablespoon of Ames gelatin. And we'll stir it up. And then we're going to pour it over our brownies.
You know what happens if we get too much sugar, refined table sugar in our diet? Well, it says that the body is charged artificially, then is drained of energy, B vitamins, calcium, and trace minerals. Can you imagine that? Drained of calcium. So that wouldn't be
That's
good
terrible.
if you don't want to have osteoporosis, would it?
Really?
Also, in addition to that, the entire immune system is knocked out for a period of time. You know, if you could eliminate all the sugar in your diet that you could think of, you'd probably be getting more sugar than you realize if you're still buying prepackaged foods, because sugar is in everything, even in some salts. So start reading the labels. And did you know that sugar, there's as much sugar in a ketchup as there is in a serving of ice cream? That's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I've returned.
We're going to put the peanut butter on top after this is melted.
Okay, how much peanut butter does this call for?
I'm just going to drizzle it on the top.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
a nice idea. That almost melted.
it's getting there.
And we're putting nuts in there and...
We'll sprinkle nuts on the top.
Okay. Great. Is your carrot chips all melted now?
Yes.
Okay, now we're pouring them on our brownies.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, yum. That looks delicious. Now, we just spread this on, then we put peanut butter over the top.
Uh-huh. And then
So
you
we'll start doing that.
put it in the freezer if you want it to set up quickly. And it'll get all nice and hardened.
So this will actually harden, and it won't be running like it is right now, right?
Right.
Okay. And then we put, what else do we do with this?
Then we'll sprinkle nuts over the top.
Okay, it's kind of hard to spread around. Okay, I'm getting it here though.
And you can also put your brownies a little thicker if you want in a smaller pan,
Okay.
if you like them thick.
Okay, now what do we do?
We'll
here?
sprinkle a little bit of nuts on it. Did you see that?
And those are walnuts. You could also use pecans if you like, or almonds.
And then you can drizzle some peanut butter on it. Get the creamy peanut butter, and you want to get the natural
Almost
peanut
makes
butter.
like a brownie's Reese's Pieces, doesn't it?
Get the try the natural peanut butter that has no Crisco in it. That stuff's really good.
And you can get that at your regular grocery store?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mmm. And then make sure you get peanut butter in every corner. That looks good. Then you take the knife. Oh, sorry, I'm yanking it away from you.
That's fine.
And then you just go like this. You make it swirl it.
Oh, that's a neat
Isn't that
tip.
beautiful?
Yeah.
That's how
Just
you
makes
smooth it in
marble.
there.
That's how they marble it. I always wondered these tricks.
Isn't that beautiful?
Here's the fruit we made. Do you want to move that spatula for me?
Sure.
Thank you.
This smells really good too.
My mouth is watering.
Well, you'll just have to try this recipe when you get a chance.
While you guys are dishing the plates up
Okay.
for our party that we're going to do after we're done, I want to just share with you guys about refined fats. When you think of this, imagine this if this was your artery. And, you know, this is loaded with saturated fat and cholesterol. And if you were going to have a bypass surgery, your artery would be clogged up, or else if you had angioplasty, they'd have to ream it through to drill a hole in your artery to allow the blood to go through. And all you would have is a little hole at the end. And do you think that would fill up soon again? Of course it would. You can't even hardly see the hole, can you? Anyways, there it is. There's the hole. And so you don't want to have these type of foods in your diet. Think of how they are going to affect you when you eat them, and that will help you not want to, will it?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
We didn't use any of that refined fat in these foods, did we?
No, we didn't.
We used more natural fats, which are good for optimum physical health.
It looks bad to me
And-
though.
Well, you know, looks is so important. Man, makes me feel hungry. I'm ready for some desserts.
We have our help me out here. I'm going to forget these names.
And we have
Popcorn
popcorn
balls.
balls, we have our brownie,
A
we
fruit
have
with our
fruit
whipping cream.
and wonderful milk to dip your cookies in. Oh, we need some cookies, don't we? Oh, well, we'll have to do that on another program.
Well, I think the milk will go good with our brownies.
You'll have to come back and join us when we make some wonderful cookies.
If you've enjoyed the recipes and cooking tips in this program, you'll want to order our Food for Thought resource sheet. We'll tell you how you can order the cookbooks you've seen used on this program, along with other information that will help you cook healthful, attractive vegetarian meals. For your free copy of our Food for Thought resource sheet, please write to us at Food for Thought, P.O. Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois 62896, or call 618-627-4651.
So we want to make healthy choices and make exercise a habit and quit being a couch potato. Remember, exercise should be recreation, recreating our bodies mentally, physically, and spiritually. And whatever you do, make it fun and enjoyable. Remember, inactivity leads to muscle loss, and muscle loss means to less calories being burned. Romans 12:1 says that everything we do to improve our physical well-being should be an act of spiritual worship. An oxygenated brain with which we pray and think is enhanced and affects our spiritual life and character, our personality, and our relationships with others and with God.
Jesus, take control of my life, and then I will be just what you want me to be.
Jesus, I give you my will. I'm willing to be just what you want me to be.
Jesus, fill my thoughts with your love, so then I will be full of your sweet melody.
Lord, you know I'm ready to go anywhere that there is a need. Lord, you know I'm ready to go anywhere that you want to lead. Anywhere that you want to lead. Ooh.
And now we'd like to close with our food for thought for today, which says, the soul that responds to the grace of God shall be like a well-watered garden. His health shall spring forth speedily. His light shall rise in obscurity, and the glory of the Lord shall be seen upon him. Thanks for joining us today. See you again next time.
Bye.